Welcome to DCL Radio. You are listening DCL Talk Show. Today we have Dinesh and Abhi here. We are waiting for Imti, and straight away, with a simple introduction, I'll jump into the show. Okay, and right after our analysis, last week analysis, we have a special guest tonight, Hemanth Cheluvaiah from GLCC. Okay, and with that, let me welcome, after a very long gap, all our regular crew is back. Last week it was Imti, this week it is Abhi. Welcome to the show, Abhi.
Hey Jagan, thank you for the intro. A warm welcome to the experts in the panel, Dinesh and waiting for Imti. A big hello to all the listeners. It's a very good feeling to be back on the show and wearing an analyst tag for the season 2022, which has already kicked off with a bang. I couldn't join earlier due to some personal commitments, but lots to discuss on a few of the matches and last weekend performances. So let's dive right into the show. Over to you, Jagan.
Okay, so, Dinesh, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jagan bro, and welcome back, Abhi. Good to have you back. Familiar voice is always very comforting. Good to have you back. Yes, the season has started off really well. The first few weeks, at least first couple of weeks, were a couple of upsets here and there, but this week seemed to be going with the regular DCL trend. So happy to discuss. Welcome, everyone.
Okay, now we have Imti also here. Welcome to the show, Imti.
Thanks again, and welcome to all the DCL radio community here. A warm welcome. Hope we have a good weekend to come up, and let's discuss the last week's games. And welcome back, Abhi, and good to have you, Dinesh.
Yes, thank you, boy.
Okay, let's Imti. Before you joined, I thought of starting with Dinesh with Hitman versus Strikers as the game. But now that you're here, can we start with you?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. So the first game of the night is Sterling Strikers versus FCC Agni. Your thoughts on this game?
Again, a very good game. I thought I would have imagined this would be a one-sided affair, but looks like there was some fight given by FCC Agni. But in the end, I think the firepower of Sterling Strikers really took it away from FCC Agni. Going into the details of the game, Sterling Strikers batted first, and although they lost wicket in the very first over, I think when you look at the scorecard, you see the ever dependable Raza Ali scoring a 50, and then Ahsan Ansari on the top also giving a good start, 26 runs. I think that was the partnership that really gave the foundation for Sterling Strikers to force that big total. And then again, you see a familiar name down the order, Jawad, who is again a very good formidable batsman, coming so low in the order, but still scoring those valuable 21 runs of 10 balls. I think eventually that three performances put Sterling Strikers right at the top, enabled them to score the 128 runs, a very good total. If you look at the bowling for FCC Agni, Mano and Ramesh were pick of the bowlers, picking 4 and 3 wickets each. I think other than that, nothing much to talk about. Arun, although he bowled a economical spell, I think the rest of the bowlers went for some runs, and that couldn't stop the run flow from the bats of Raza Ali and Jawad. 128 chasing, always very tough against the likes of Sterling Strikers. They have a very formidable unit this year, adding some of the Brownstone folks like Mansab, Saad, and again, like when you're facing against the Sterling Strikers bowling, I think it's always tough to chase that 128, and it was reflecting in that scorecard. If you see the fall of the wickets, I think a very slow start, and they really couldn't pick any momentum. Like the top 4 or 5 batsmen just trying to stick there, but not really getting any run flow. And Aniket, who stayed for a while but couldn't really get going. Again, it was up to Arun and Ramesh very low down the order to get some partnership and get some runs. Madhu down the order scoring those 25 runs, a quick fire 25 runs, but still I think 128 was too big a target for them to chase. Eventually, although they played all the 25 overs, they could only manage 93 runs. Again, an all-round performance from the bowling unit, all the bowlers pitching in, picking up wickets, and I think it's a team effort in the bowling department for Sterling Strikers. And in the end, a comfortable win, and well done, Sterling Strikers. I think they are on a roll here, so congratulations.
The next game of the night is Hitman versus Strikers. Even though Strikers won here, but losing 6 wickets is definitely a concern. And playing just 16 overs and both teams, it's a bit surprising to me because Hitman, they have to be a little more patient. So I'll go to Dinesh for his thoughts on this game.
Yeah, no, this one was. I mean, strikers are back. I think the end result, strikers are back, is what we say, and not surprising at all. But as expected, we thought that Hitman were on a roll. They had won their first 2 games, and they would come up with a better setup. I think the big thing is, like, I don't know if I believe they shuffled their order a little bit. Strikers won the toss and elected to field first, which I think last week the big analysts, excuse me, the analysts were a lot of suggestions that you win if you are daring to bowl first. The results might follow was the big prediction. So strikers did that. Other than Ram Kumar, rest of the batters did not do too well. So the opening partnership, they could manage only 9 runs. Then Ram Kumar just batted through. Santosh came back, the lefty, along with Srijit. Nothing much happened. Niranjan tried to streak for a little bit, but that didn't help either. Then Arun Shankar going for no score. Then Aditya tried to stick around for a little bit, but none of them. I'm looking at the number of balls faced, other than Ram Kumar with 39 balls. The rest of them pretty much did not last two overs, which is a big concern, as you said, Jagan bro. A little bit of patience would be good. They ended up making only 40 in 16.5 overs. Other than Parthiv Mehta, the rest of them, the economy rate was 3 or below, which was incredible. Special mention to Vivek, 3.5 overs, 7 runs, 3 wickets, and Kapil Chowdhury, 3 overs, 3 runs for 3 wickets. So, yeah, he was the man of the match. A good bowling performance by strikers. So coming to the strikers innings, little bit of a rollicky start there in terms of Ishan Patel getting out in the third over with only 3 runs on the board. So the opening didn't go well. But after that, they did consolidate well. Ishan Patel and Dinesh Jula, both of them, they combined to have a 13-run partnership. Considering it's only 41 being the target, that was second wicket, that was a crucial partnership there. And quick wickets after that, Parag and Dinesh went in the space of 1 run. Then after that, Shreyas along with Kishore and Parthiv and Amit, they brought this home for strikers. In the 16th over, they won with 4 wickets. Was it a comfortable victory? No, but it happens. Low scores are always tricky. You have to play the situation, and strikers should be happy with the result. They're definitely not thrilled, but happy with the result. So Kapil was man of the match, and strikers won by 4 wickets.
So did you say Kapil Chowdhury or Kapil Chowdhury?
Kapil Chowdhury, I believe, is the player of the match.
I heard it like Kapil Chowdhury.
Okay.
Okay.
Be loud and clear. You said, okay, Kapil Chowdhury.
Okay. The next game of the night is Gladiators versus MCC Miles. This one was much hyped because of the history. Gladiators scored 157, which is pretty normal for them. Only concern is giving up 106 runs, more than 100, and not taking all the wickets is a bit a concern for a top tier team like Gladiators. Your thoughts, Abhi?
Yeah, thank you, Jagan. I mean, it's a highly anticipated game because of the history that they had in the last season between the two teams. It was a memorable game that was played. Back to 2022, Glads winning the toss, selecting to bat at NPP, which is a pretty hard ground, good grounds there. It was a good start by the openers of Glads, having 30 runs in partnership before losing the first wicket. A steady 22 from Aditya and a quick 4 in from the captain Satya. But as soon as their first wicket was down, MCC Miles bowlers were quick enough to bounce back with 2 more wickets of Ronak and Suyog. These two are well-known batsmen in this league, and Mahesh and Ravi Teja from MCC Mind bowling department providing those breakthroughs. The run rate went a bit up and down here until before the break, and there's 2 additional wickets down for the Glads. So 60 for 5, getting 60 for 5 Glads on a team like, or for a team like Glads is a big boost for MCC Miles. But everything changed from that point onwards for both MCC Miles and Glads. Glads finding yet another batsman who can score all around the park with those massive sixes. And this time it was Fahimul Islam, an absolute brilliant lock of 76 from just 53 balls with 8 sixes and a boundary. And that's literally 52 runs from boundaries, and the rest all batsmen playing around him. Good support from the lower middle order there from Glads. We had Hardik Bhai and Azhar. Imagine a batsman like Hardeep playing on a slower side, taking single and relaxing at a non-striker's end. The partnership between Hardeep and Faimul was the key. Was what it that was the one which actually took the game away from MCC Miles. Now 152 is a big total to chase down again with the bowling unit of Glads, and Glads were very comfortable in a comfortable spot from here on. Bowling department of MCC Miles literally went for runs in the second half after the break. But kudos to Deepak Unial and Mahesh Kuchipudi, who quietly delivered those good economical overs, even though the other bowlers were going for runs. Just 28 runs considered by these two bowlers in their quota of 10 overs, and rest all the bowlers of MCC Miles going for runs. Although they get a wicket, but they went for too many runs there. MCC Miles coming into bat had a huge total to chase down. They needed a steady opening start, which was provided by their openers Brahma and Jashwant before Brahma was sent back. The top order seems to have played responsible knock by moving the scoreboard, 20 from Jashwant, 16 from Deepak, who was probably run out in an unlucky manner. Runouts are always hurting. Karthik Jayakumar with 27 staying at the crease till the end, probably watching all his teammates come and go from one end. Miles were somewhat in a decent position by 12 overs mark. They had at least 50-60 runs on board, but they needed someone like what Fahimul did for Glads. Sadly, that was the one missing out for Miles. If you pay a bit more attention to the score sheet, boundaries was what made the difference for Glads here. 80 runs were scored of that 152 from boundaries, whereas MCC Miles didn't have many. Bowling unit of Glads didn't have much pressure as their required rate was kept creeping up for Miles batsmen. All of them bowling at good economical spells. Aditya and Taifur being the pick of the bowlers, 7 wickets among them. And congratulations to Aditya for picking up the hat-trick, cleaning up the Miles tail at the end of the innings. And a good outing for Glads, all in all, who had a convincing win, and a tough day for Miles, who failed in both batting and bowling areas. So it's still the early days of the league. Good luck to both the teams.
Oh, very important point. So somebody took a hat trick there. So that needs to be noted down. Okay, the next game of the night is Hawks versus MI Rangers. What a game by Hawks. Okay, scoring 100 plus runs and folding opposition under 50 is a great achievement for a new team. Your thoughts, Imti?
Yes, I think well said, Jagan. I think finally things are falling in place for the new team Hawks. They lost a couple of close games early in the season. With 4 games so far, they have won 2 and lost 2. Both the losses were very close games, and I thought they would have liked to win that. But even that being said, I think with this game, I think they will have regained that much needed confidence and will have that momentum going forward. So, going into the details of the game, Hawks again batting first, I think put up a very good score of 114. And if you look at the scorecard, right, even though the openers were out cheaply, I think it's a healthy scorecard with the middle order and the lower middle order contributing. You see at least 5 double-digit scores, and it looks like every batsman that went in kind of tried to stitch a partnership. The fall of wickets also shows like they had like 20-25 run partnerships among themselves between that wicket number 3 to number 6, and that eventually helped them keep the scoreboard ticking and putting up that score of 114. Even though it looks like no batsman scored big, but I think it's a combined effort from all the batsmen that helped them put that score of 114. Looking at the bowling of MI Rangers, again, just Anush pick up the bowlers, 3 wickets, 15 runs in 5 overs. The other bowlers also bowled decently, but again, like couldn't stop the constant run flow is what I feel from looking at the scorecard. Again, not sure if MI Rangers is still recovering from their early setback in the season. I don't know after effects if their player availability is a concern. I see most of the players are available in this game and played the game, but still couldn't really give a fight to Hawks. Chasing the 114, obviously, no games under their belt this season. They still looks like this is the first game that they're playing because of various reasons. They really didn't have a good start. So if you look at the scorecard, I see at least 5 people getting out for Ducks. That doesn't look good for reading a scorecard. They lost close to 5 wickets for 15 runs, and at that point, I think it's basically game over for them. Even though Abhilash tried and Venkatesh Muthineni scoring those double-digit runs, but really did not have any resistance. And I think with that 114 on the board, the Hawks bowlers really, the confidence was very high and they really ripped through the MI Rangers batting lineup. Naresh Arkat, star of the bowling lineup, 4 wickets, 4 overs, 9 runs, and that is, I think, a beautiful spell. Well supported by Naveen. So they sharing 7 wickets among themselves. I think that is where the game was totally lost for MI Rangers. Again, overall, like I said, MI Rangers still a long way to go, but I think they need to quicken up and come back strong. Good game for Hawks, and like I said, 4 games, two wins, 2 losses. I think they're pretty good at this point, and good luck for the rest of the season for both the teams.
Okay, the next game of the night is Phantoms versus Safaris. I thought this game will go to wire, but Phantom scoring just 82 runs and giving away those 82 runs in just 14 runs is a bit surprising to me. Your thoughts, Dinesh?
Yeah, same thing. Phantoms and Safaris, obviously, there's a little bit of, a friendly history there. And I was expecting a little bit of a better show with especially the game against Dynamites. Phantoms had a very good outing. Safaris won the toss and elected to bowl. This too, again, as we were predicting last week in the first game of the night when I was mentioning, it's like, yeah, they decided ball first and didn't have a great opening partnership. By end of the power play, end of 3 overs, they were like 2 down for 9. And after that, they were behind the 8 ball. Then Jitesh came in and did whatever he did. Rajesh tried to come up and try to consolidate, but he wasn't successful either. And Praful Kumar, he played well, 26 out of 44 balls, 26 out of a score of 82 was a wonderful innings from Praful. People tried to stick around like Selva, then Krishna, and even Sri Harsha. All of them tried to stick around, but they couldn't manage great score like 82. Here from the bowling side, Batla, he 5 overs, 16 runs for 3 wickets, along with Mohammed, he bowled well, and Krishna bowled well, but I call this guy freak, Swarna Rahul, 4.5 overs, one maiden, 6 runs and 4 wickets. He changed the game from a bowling perspective. So 82 with a target of 83, Safaris went in. They've had a little bit of inconsistent season, but Safaris are known to do what they did. So Rupendra, until about 5 overs, they steadied the innings. The opening partnership with the 17 runs was the opening partnership. After that, Rizwan came in and supported Rupendra, and they got a decent enough. Rizwan and they got a decent enough innings going. Then Swarn Rahul came in and with those 5 sixes, 42 from 20 with a strike rate of 210, took the game away. Surprised that Rajesh did not bowl for Phantoms. I hope everything is okay. Nothing much to write about. Sandeep bowled well, along with Sri Harsha, were the only 2 bowlers who performed decently well. but 14.4 overs, 83 runs. Safaris dominated this game and won by 8 wickets. Obviously, man of the match is Swarna Rahul. Welcome back to Swarna Rahul. A big fan of this guy. Hopefully, he does well this season.
Yeah, last year rookie of the year, and he's continuing his form. And the next game of the night is local boys versus rising stars. After beating GLCC, local boys are doing what they are supposed to do to get into playoffs. Your thoughts, Abhi?
Thanks, Jagan. Yeah, a close encounter between the local boys and rising stars here. Game played again at NPP. Local boys selecting to bat after winning the toss. Local boys batsmen providing the cautious and a steady start to the team with the run rate fluctuating around 4. Steady 18 from the captain with a boundary and also slow and cautious innings from both Ravi Kumar and Satya, who tried to build up the game after 3 wickets. Decent contribution from both these batsmen, 12 from Ravi and 13 from Satya Kompala. Now, after this, there are 2 instances with local boys lost a cluster of wickets. One was between the 16th and 18th over where they lost around 3 to 4 wickets, and then towards the end between 22nd or 21st over, I believe they could have scored at least 15-20 runs more had they not lost wickets in those chunks, because they did bat well. They did keep the run rate high around 4, and then they could have accelerated in the end. But that acceleration part didn't come out for the local boys. Rising Stars bowlers, Chintan and Bridges leading their attack with their very economical 5-over spells, both of them. Special men to Chintan, again conceding just 9 runs in his 5 overs, picking up 3 wickets. Another 3 wickets haul from Bridges. Decent effort from the Rising Stars bowlers, conceding just 8 extras in their quota of 25. Now, well, 97 required. I feel it's a chaseable score, especially with this new ball of DCL that we've been playing for the last 2-3 years. And Rising Stars is an experienced team. They've been playing this league for quite some time now. Slow starts and some panic from the top order batsmen of Rising Stars, losing out wickets to low scores. A small cameo between Sachin and Jigar in partnership, and another decent partnership between Jigar and Ravi Patel, which actually helped the team cross the halfway mark to the target. 12 from Sachin and 16 and 18 from Jigar and Ravi respectively. Bhavin in the end, he almost took the team to the end to the victory before losing his wicket in the 23rd over after scoring that quick 13. I felt it was Rising Stars' game to lose from 21st over on, because with just 15 odd runs required in 4 overs with 4 wickets in hand, I felt Rising Stars should have done this easily. The 24th over from Suryanshu of local boys bowling unit was the game changer for me, picking up 2 wickets in his first 2 balls, and Arun, another bowler, cleaning up the tail at the end in the 24th over. I feel it's slightly an ordinary effort from Rising Stars, lower order especially, collapsing within just 7 runs when the victory was so close. A good comeback in the end by the local boys bowlers, Suryanshu being the pick of the bowlers, bagging 4 wickets in his 5-over spell. I think his 2 wickets at the end is what won the game for the local boys. Pawan and Arun bagging 2 wickets each at the bowling at a decent rate. 15 runs from extras was literally a gift to Rising Stars in this chase, while contributing more to their chase. Hope they can keep this number down in their forthcoming games. A good matchup between the 2 teams. Close game which could have gone either ways, but it's the local boys who held their nerve at the end and grabbed that victory. They continue to move up the table with this win. Rising Stars didn't have a bad day either, but it's just that last 4 or 5 or 2-3 overs that actually costed them the game. But it's time for them to regroup and get some points on board to again move up the order in the points table.
Okay. The next game of the night is Detroit Titans versus Dynamites. These 2 teams till last week with 0 points, with no wins. We expected a lot out of this game. Unfortunately, it ended up being totally one-sided and domination by Detroit Titans. Your thoughts, Imti?
Yes, absolutely, Jagan. Again, like you just mentioned, they were winless before this game, and I expected a tight contest, hoping that both teams will go for that win, going to their first win, right, and getting the points on the board. I think Detroit Titans winning this game is a huge boost for them for their next games, and this victory of 83 runs will definitely help their run rate too in the coming games in the season going forward. So again, like looking at the scorecard again, like Detroit Titans batting first had an early setback. They lost their 3 wickets within first 2 overs. That included wickets of the first 2 balls in Arun's over. With that early setback, I think Detroit Titans just immediately went back onto the defensive mode and focused on building a partnership, and that is exactly what Satish and Vihar did there. Like even though they faced bulk of the balls during that, I think that 40-run partnership between them was the foundation for their lower order to come and just blaze away in the game. So if you look, Sahesh Wasan, beautiful innings of 49 runs from 26 balls, which includes 2 fours and 4 sixes, with a strike rate of 188. I think that was like a free license given to him to just go and blast the ball there. Unfortunate that he did not make his 50. He stayed not out on 49 and was well supported again by Abhishek and Saurav down the order, scoring 15 and 20 runs respectively at a very quick rate. Eventually ended up 136, where they were like three down for 3 or 4 runs in the beginning, and they ended up scoring 136 runs. If you look at the scoring rate, right, over by over, I think they were at 50 for 4 in 18 overs, and from there they ended up scoring 136, which means 86 runs in the last 7 overs. That just gives you an idea like how the runs are flowing in those last few overs. Again, bad day in the bowling, except for Arun Selvaraj, who picked up those 2 crucial wickets at the beginning. Not much support again, like Murugan going for 47 runs, and then Arun also going for 31 runs. There's allotted 5 overs. I think that was where the bulk of the scoring happened from the Detroit Titans batsmen. So not much in the bowling to talk about for Dynamites, but I think they had a golden opportunity at the beginning. They did not capitalize on it and ended up giving 136. So that really brings down the morale while going into the chase for Dynamites. They had a decent start, I would say, trying to retain their wickets and lay the foundation. But once that first wicket fell, I think they really did not stabilize well enough, and they kept losing wickets. Half the team down for 30 odd runs, and really couldn't get going at any point of the game. And then once it came down to the lower order, I think the bowling unit of Detroit Titans really just packed the unit out for 53 runs. Again, a very, very huge win for Detroit Titans. Pick up the bowlers again, Prakash Thakurati, who was an ex-Dynamite player playing for Detroit Titans this season. That's a weird situation. But again, well supported by all the bowlers, picking wickets and sharing among themselves. So I think it was overall very, very good win for Detroit Titans and much needed points on the board. So congratulations, Detroit Titans, and good luck for Dynamites for the next games.
The next game of the night is United Raptors versus Canton 11. United Raptors are beating every team that is coming across them with a huge margin. Your thoughts, Dinesh?
Yeah, so this one, no, we were asking to bowl first, but this is one of those things where Raptors, the batting supersedes the bowling. They elected to bat after winning the toss. And the first over going for 16 runs, and in the power play, end of the third over, 30 runs is what Kiran and Amar scored. Kiran got out midway through the third over, but Amar kept going. Amar scored 55 of 34 at a strike rate of 161. Good to see Pradeep Anjuru come back up the order. I feel he underutilizes himself in batting and even in the bowling. He came up 1 down, provided good support, 22 from 39. Paid a good foul for Amar, and after that Ajit came in. He went at a strike rate of 100, scoring 20. Then Gagan came in to add the finishing touches, 32 from 22 with a strike rate of 145 and 3 sixes, the best finishing touch. They ended up scoring 169 runs in 25 overs. They did get eventually bowled out. That's a different story. But anyways, 169, a target of 170. Special mention in the bowling department to Kalpesh Patel and Javed Ahmed. Both of them for 5 overs, 19 and 18 runs respectively, with 1 and 2 wickets. So when they were taken to the cleaners, I think Kalpesh and Javed, they bowled well. So special mention to them. Yeah, with such a big target, they always had their backs against the wall. the opening partnership didn't do too great. Pretty much end of the third over, 9 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. After that, Anant and Adarsh, they did put a pretty decent partnership and got them to 31. Then again between Adarsh and Harish Pallava, they ended up taking the score to 52. Then Javed Bhai came through, tried to hang around, didn't happen. Then Shakil Ahmed played a decent innings of 11 from 16, but they just didn't get going at all. They were all out for 88 in 20 overs. So a pretty comfortable win for Raptors. From their bowling department, I think they were having fun with such a high score on the board. So Mohd Patel, again, big fan of this guy's bowling, smooth action. He 3 overs, 8 runs for 1 wicket. He bowled well along with Kiran as well. Good to see Kiran back. The rest of the bowlers did what they were supposed to do. Suman picked up 3 wickets along with Gagan Singh, who picked up 3 wickets as well. So I believe I don't have man of the match for this one. I couldn't pick who it was. I didn't know if this wasn't decided between Amar or Gagan Singh. Comfortable win by United Raptors at the end. They won by 81 runs.
The next game of the night is GLCC versus KRCC. This is supposed to be one of the elite game last week. Though GLCC won, this match lived up to the expectation is what I believe, because though it says 40 runs, GLCC won by 40 runs. Each team had their moments. Whoever won those moments, they ended up winning the game. For example sake, GLCC was 13 for 5 and ending up scoring 113 for 10 is really great achievement. And whereas KRCC, they had their moments too when they are chasing. They started in very first over, they scored 20 runs, and they could not sustain that momentum. And your thoughts, Abhi?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, Jagan. I mean, both teams with experienced players on either sides, and another NPP game where the pitches are hard, winning the toss, selecting to bat. I think it's becoming a habit now. People winning the toss and electing to bat, we are ending up winning the games in NPP. Different discussion altogether. But GLCC put themselves to bat. They were in trouble straight away with scoring just 2 runs per over and losing half the team by 8th over. Like Jagan just mentioned, I mean, 15 for 3 or 15. They were actually more than that, actually. Jagan, if you see that, your team, I would say you are a GLCC guy, 15 for 5, actually.
Yeah.
So that's a tough situation to come out from. And Tejas, Ranveer, Ajit, Akash, Sandeep, all of these guys are well-known GLCC players, all going without troubling the scorers much. But GLCC always have a weapon. They always have a weapon for such situations. No better player than Ashraf Bhai to face a situation for GLCC. How many times had he done this? And he held this one side of the wicket, and HemanthKumar, I don't know if he's joined in yet, but he delivered an exceptional knock of 41 from 45 under pressure, and that what saved the day for GLCC, at least in the batting department. The partnership between these two guys was the key, who slowly brought the team back into the game. 16 from Ashraf Bhai and a quick 41 from Hemanth before the partnership was broken. Naseem Khan at the end going big in the end, putting GLCC into a good spot to bowl with a good score to defend. 26 from him, who scored 15 runs of Hemanth's over in over number 24. Hemant Bharadwaj from KRCC. KRCC had an amazing start with the ball, picking up 5 wickets to put GLCC on back foot within 8th over. Jash Patel and Musafir, along with Tamim, cleaning up the GLCC top order. I wonder why Jash never gets his 5th over. This same thing happened in our last year finals when he was bowling very well, but he never got that 5th over. Similarly, today he never got that 5th over. He didn't get to finish his quota. Something that probably Yogesh Bhai can shed some thoughts. KRCC struggled to break that partnership between Ashraf and HemanthKumar. If only they could do that earlier, they could have restricted GLCC to a lower score. Hemant Bharadwaj, Ronnie, Satish all going for runs in the end. GLCC must have had a very confident feeling when they were actually taking on the field, because coming back from 15 for 5, putting plus 100 plus score on the board, it's always a good feeling to come back onto the field. Both Hemanths were fired up. One scores 41, other concedes 15 runs in the end. Probably these two met a bit too soon in the game, both in the first over. Hemanth Bharadwaj getting the best of the both, scoring almost 14 runs, hitting 2 sixes, one off the no ball in the first over, and our HemanthKumar going for 19 runs in the first over. That's not what GLCC was hoping for after putting 100 on board. KRCC, after getting such a start, never capitalized on it. They went on back foot. They went on defensive mode by scoring only 20 runs in the next 10 overs after getting 19 in the first over. GLCC needed someone to pull the game back again from their side. If it was Ashraf Bhai with the bat, then it's no better than Samish Bhai with the ball in such situations. Starts off with 2 wickets, very experienced bowler. In its very first over, he starts off with 2 wickets, sending back Hemanth and Tamim. Ranveer Singh stepping up to the occasion, bowling economical spells, giving the support that Samish Bhai was looking for. HemanthKumar makes a comeback with the ball again. After conceding 19 runs, he concedes only 6 runs in his next 3 overs. Now that's what happens when your bowlers are bowling in partnership. Ziban was the lone man from the KRCC batting unit who was waiting for support, and he did get some support from Jesh, who scored only 9 runs, but from 37 balls. 18 from Ziban, who didn't have any support from the middle. And Ranveer and Samish again cleaning up the tail for the KRCC, closing down the game in 24th over. An excellent day for GLCC, who had their setbacks in the game. They dug their hole, but they crawled out pretty fast. Amazing knock from HemanthKumar from his 41. Samish Bhai leading the bowling with a 5-wicket haul. Good support from both Ashraf Bhai's 16 and Ranveer's 4-wicket haul. Now I'm really confused now who could be the man of the match have gone to, because there's so many occasions where both teams were coming up and down, like what Jagan mentioned. So it's pretty difficult. KRCC overall, they had a bad day after such good starts. They did have good events in the game, both in batting and bowling departments. But I'm pretty sure they'll come back. They're an experienced unit, and I'm pretty sure they'll come back in their strong in their forthcoming games. So good luck to both the teams.
The next game of the night is Troy Hawks versus Dhairya. Your thoughts, Imti?
Yeah, again, I thought this was totally a one-sided affair. Troy Hawks really stamping their authority early on in the season, winning 4 out of 4 games. A very comfortable victory with a huge margin of 101 runs. On any day, any team will take that. Going into the details of the game, a huge score posted by Troy Hawks, 156 for 9, playing out all the 25 overs. And if you look at the scorecard, it looks a very healthy scorecard with most of the batsmen contributing towards the score. And Vainvardhan being the top scorer with 39 runs, coming 1 down. He made those 39 runs in 51 balls with 3 sixes and 1 4. Well supported by Pradeep, Shashidhar, and Kaushik Chapidi in the middle order, and then in down the order, Rakesh also coming and scoring those quick 11 runs. Overall, with the help of the 16 extras bowled by Dhairya, they put up a total of 156. A very, very huge score. Again, one thing I wanted to mention about Troy Hawks is they have risen through the ranks so quick in the last few seasons that I can probably say this with conviction that I see them in the top 8 for sure this season. So that being said, going into the bowling details of Dhairya, again almost 7 bowlers being used here, trying to stop the run flow, but not with much luck. Pick up the bowlers, Keshav picking up 3 wickets in his allotted 5 overs, and then Sachin picking 2 wickets with a good economy rate there. But overall, I think giving away 156 against a class team like Troy Hawks, and then chasing that down would be a huge task for Dhairya. Exactly, that's what happened when they went into the chase. The scoreboard pressure really did the work for Troy Hawks. They really didn't have to do anything extra here. They just had to stick to the basics, and then the scoreboard pressure just did its work. Except for Satyajit and Vilas getting into double digits, not much to talk about in the Dhairya scorecard. They lasted for 22 and a half overs, but only managed to score 55. That really tells there was really no scoring at all from the Dhairya batsmen there. Pick up the bowlers for Troy Hawks, Sandeep Tumuri, 3 wickets. And then again, wickets being shared among all the bowlers. Even though they used eight bowlers, I think it was just for the sake of giving the bowling in practice for their players there. Looks like because they had that huge score. Overall, convincing win, very huge win, and definitely will help them boost their confidence. I think they have some good games coming up later in the season, but I think they're doing what they need to do with these games where they have to win convincingly, and they're doing that. Troy Hawks. Congratulations and good luck to the area. I think they need to find ways to win games. They've lost all their 3 games so far, so hopefully they'll come back strong.
The next game of the night is Indus Thunders versus FCC. Indus Thunders, all the senior lot, they contributed uh, for this win. And your thoughts, Dinesh?
Yeah, I was watching this one. Very similar to a GLCC type situation. Indus Thunders won the toss and elected to bat again, and they lost to a run out in the fourth ball of the innings itself. They lost Aniruddha, then Naresh, and pretty much by end of at 7.3 overs, 4 wickets for the loss of 25 runs. They were a little bit on the back foot, but Madhusudana and Madhu, along with Sandeep, they stitched together a decent partnership. Sandeep Gopu is like in the finals, played the rescue act, tried to redirect the innings and got going. Then Manoj Singh came along with Sandeep, and they studied everything there with 10 out of 24. Then Praveen Bangera, along with Dinesh and Chetan, all adding finishing touches with Dinesh Panditi with a strike rate of 150, 18 from 12 balls. But Praveen played a crucial innings, 24 from 26, then Chetan 12 from 15. Indus Thunders for the loss of 9 wickets in 25 overs, 115 runs, extras with 13. Nothing much from a bowling perspective. When the opponent scores more than 100, then that's what happens. All of them pretty much going at least at a rate of 4. Special mention, Chetan with 2 wickets was probably the only pick of the bowlers there. So yeah, this is what experience does. Big teams, it's not by chance that they are big teams. It is just consistency. What GLCC did and what Indus Thunders did to recover and post a decent score. So 116 was the target. Pratik and Bhuvan, they started, but nothing much. Bhuvan getting out in the second over itself. If you look at the first few wickets, it's like for 6, 7, 11, 12, 20, and 22 or even 23 for that matter. 8 wickets for 23 runs in 10.3 overs is what FCC lost. Close to Indus Thunders and their bowling lineup. After that, there was a little bit of respectability got into the innings with Amit Gowda, 38 from 50 balls with a strike rate of 76. So he did bring some respectability, some late order presence there from him. And Venkata and Ranjit also tried to support, but not enough. Completely dominated by Indus Thunders bowling. These guys folded, FCC folded for 72 in 22.4 overs. Pick up the bowlers again. Praveen, he bowled well. Along with Madhu and Jalaj and Manoj Singh with Rahul, all of them bowled well. I know the Dinesh and Chetan with that sole over did go a little bit higher than what's usually expected of them. But end of it all, Indus Thunders a dominant performance, winning by 43 runs.
Okay, the last game of the night is SSK versus Stars. The lone warrior for us is our own analyst Imti here. I mean, that's what I felt at least. He fought really well,
Yep.
but in the end, he could not bring a win to the team. And while you guys discussing this one, Abhi, while you're going through this match, I'll go get our guest of the night, Hemanth Cheluvaiah. Okay, and mic is yours. Abhi?
Yeah, give me a second. Sorry, I didn't prepare for this game much. Let me
Or
pull the scorecard.
if you like it, I can give it to Imti.
Yeah, sure. Because he was the first hand.
Yeah.
He had the first
Imti, can you?
I can, but I really do not want to talk about this game.
I know, I know. I mean, yeah. So, who
Go ahead,
wants to?
Imti.
Yeah, if you want me to go, I can go. But yeah, I would like to hear from a third perspective. So
Yeah, Abhi,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, sure. So I would say, SSK, I think they won the toss and they were put to bat, I suppose. Yeah, they elected to bat, right? So, okay, that's good. So
yeah,
from the
actually,
point of,
they claimed the toss, so we were not there. So that's the first setback that we had.
oh, okay. So, okay, that's a different story then. But yet, SSK going back to bat, they had a pretty ordinary start. I mean, they did get a pretty good start in the beginning with Deepak scoring runs of Deepak in the first over. But again, I see from what I see is they lost a cluster of wickets there. Anvesh, Raviteja, Venki, and Raviteja again coming back with their bowling attack and picking up the 4 wickets. Deepak again at the end before going into the break, providing the breakthrough again just before with sending out half the team back into the dugout. The Vinod from SSK and then Balamanikandan is scoring the majority of runs, 13 from 25 from Vinod and 21 from run a ball from Bala Manikandan. Sorry. So that was a key for them. But again, once they come back from their break, I think they never capitalized on the start they had. Of course, there was a pressure of losing 5 wickets out completely. But from that point onwards, to actually get to the score of 103, I felt they did pretty decent given the bowling attack of Stars. So they did lose wickets there. Mahesh Mutiala again picking up 2, and then Imti coming back and picking up another one, bowling a pretty economical spells from Imti here. And I think it was Priyesh scoring that 10 runs, and then Kishore and Sai Prakash support from the bottom order of SSK from 11 and 14 respectively, and 14 extras from Stars is I would say it's a bit ordinary effort because Stars are very well known for their bowling attack. So 103, I would say SSK did decent to get there, and Stars probably gave away a bit too many runs. Given their history given their bowling attack, or they're very well known for their bowling attack. Well, Stars coming into bat, I would say 104 was a score to be chased. They have a pretty big players in their unit, and they had a cautious start, I would say, with just 2 wickets going until the 10th or probably 8th over. Well, I believe it was Raviteja Reddy was actually scoring 16 of 7 after Hari and Sham they were lost to the wicket. They lost their early wickets there. But again, Raviteja Reddy, although is scoring from one end, but I feel there is not getting any support from the complete middle order of Stars. I mean, Siddharth, Deepak, Vijay Matta, Shanmugh, all these are big names in the league. So I would say that's where probably that costed them the game a bit, because if you go back to the score over by over score sheet, I see a lot of cluster of wickets that was lost by the Stars batting unit. Manjunatha getting one, Satyaraj getting one, and then Kishore K in the 10th over getting those 2 wickets. That's literally half the team back into the dugout of Stars batting unit. Now at this point they needed someone to stick around, and I believe it's our co-analyst here sitting here, Imti, scoring 26 again, run from a run a ball. Was a very crucial knock, but I believe he was literally lacking any support from his other team members apart from Aryan, scoring 18 runs. I would say Stars could have actually won this game. They just needed 15, 16 runs. I would say. Imti, correct me if I'm wrong, in the last 3-4 overs. With 3 wickets in hand, although there's a lot of pressure with just 3 wickets, but I would say the Stars batting unit goes pretty deep in the score sheet. So I would say they've lost the game from there on, and they did get 11 overs from the 22nd over, but again from there on, there's nothing there from the batting unit of Stars, where 24th and 25th over the wickets just kept falling, and then they crumbled down to 99. The surprising result from Stars. I mean, I would say it would have been an easy walkover game to reach out to the 104, but a good game for SSK. A confident booster game for them to beat a team like Stars and get into the league and start moving up the table. Imti, please add in. I didn't prepare much for this game, so.
No, I think you
Okay.
covered pretty much. Yep.
Okay, with that we have covered all the games from last week, and we'll quickly get into our prediction. And before we prediction, I would like to welcome Hemanth, last week's star. Okay, welcome to the show, Hemanth.
Hey Jagan, thanks for having me in the show. Hey Imti, Abhishek, hey Dinesh. Thanks guys.
Hi. Welcome,
Hey,
Hemanth. Congratulations on your performance last week.
Hey, thank you so much. Yep.
Okay, so before we go into predictions, and I would like to ask you two questions. And the first, and see, both are about your mindset before when you are in this situation. Okay, what were you thinking when you walked in at 15 for 5? That is my first question. My second question, what were you thinking after that first over where you have given out 19 runs in 1 over? Okay, so first over.
Yeah. So after like 12 or 15 for 5, so my mindset was basically to just stay there and build partnership with Ashubhai, and then stay there for long as possible and take it deep. So that's the only mindset that I had, and then watch for bowlers, like pick the bowlers, right bowlers, and at the right time, and then accelerate the score. Once me and Ashraf were settled, so that's the conversation we had in the middle. So apart from that, the goal was to take it till the end, because we have big hitters at the end. They can clear 2 or 3 sixes easily. So so that's the plan. We had, and then that was my mindset. Take it till the deep.
Okay, about your first over.
First over, I should have bowled much better than what I did. It was a mistake, but I was confident that I'll come back when the ball was given to me. So yeah.
Okay, then let's quickly get into our predictions for next week, and we have our regular games as well as some of the rained out games next week. So I'll start with the regular games, and then at the end I'll go to our rained out games. Okay, the first game of the night is Knights versus Canton 11. Okay, this is the game. I think um, you know I'm thinking it is going to be very close game, and I'll start with Imti.
Jane, I'm not sure, but there is another game on before that, Detroit Badshah Rangers, if I'm looking at the schedule.
But so we'll go. I mean, see, basically
Okay,
what
sorry.
happened,
Yeah.
or see, I have a difficulty in opening the schedule. So,
Same for
so
me. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm unable to open the schedule. I'll read. Imti, can you check whether these games are there or not? Okay, Knights versus Canton 11.
Yeah, that's the second game on the list. So yeah, we can go ahead with
Okay.
that. So yeah.
So
So
what is the game? What is the game that I missed?
Detroit Badshah versus MI Rangers.
Detroit Badshah versus MI Rangers. It's not even there, and I don't know. My list is totally different. Uh, uh, Give me 1 second.
That's fine. I think if it's just one game, we can get back to it in the end. So
I don't know. I don't know whether my list is correct or not. I picked it from
okay.
the old schedule, but when you said MI Rangers, I have a game MI Rangers versus United Raptors, which is 19th. It is happening on 19th. So somewhere something. Oh no,
Some glitch.
some glitch
So
on my.
the 19th is a rescheduled game, is what I'm thinking for MI Rangers, and this is the actual original scheduled game. Is what I think.
MI Rangers versus no MI Rangers game. There was no rescheduled game for MI Rangers. If I am right, but can you do a small favor to me? Can you go in a sequence with the with whatever you see on our website, and
Sure. Okay. So
we'll
then
go
we
right.
can start with the first
Yeah,
game, Detroit Badshah versus MI Rangers.
Detroit Watcha
Uh,
versus MI Rangers. I'm
mhm.
thinking that MI Rangers will win that one. I'll go. I'll start with Imti.
Yeah, same here. I think MI Rangers will be willing to put up a fight and get their first points on the board. So MI Rangers will be.
Okay. Dinesh.
Yeah, MI Rangers for me too.
Abhi.
MI Rangers 3-0.
Hemanth.
MI Rangers as well.
Okay, so everybody is predicting MI Rangers. Okay, what is the next game on your list, Imti?
Canton 11 versus Knights.
Canton 11 versus Knights. Okay, you start with you.
Yeah, I think this is a clear choice for me. Canton 11. Definitely, they have the team to beat Knights. So Canton 11.
Okay, Dinesh.
Yeah, going with Canton 11 as well. I think they've gained some decent enough game experience for the season, and hoping for Javed Bhai and company to bring it home for them.
Okay, Abhi.
Yeah, Canton 11 is definitely, but something to look out from the last game that they played, scoring, conceding 170 runs to the Raptors. So they need to have a plan to come back with a stronger
Okay.
bowling in it.
So, which one is your choice, Knights or Canton 11?
No, Canton 11.
Canton 11. So everybody is going for experience. Then Hemant, what do you say?
Yep, even me, Canton 11. I've played with them. They have a lot of experience, so I'll go with Canton 11.
So I hope Rajesh is listening our show. This is where I miss him. Okay, he supports he supports the lower ranked teams. Okay, that's a good encouragement that he gives. What is the next game in your list, Imti?
Spartans versus Hawks.
Spartans versus Hawks. Yes.
I will go with Hawks. Again, like Hawks is in a good momentum, and I think Spartans really need to still show their potential in this league, in this season. So Hawks will be.
Okay, wonderful. Dinesh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with Spartans just from their past experience, but as Imti said, I think Hawks is going to be a tough one to beat. But picking Spartans, it's always good to have the experienced teams doing well.
So you're picking Spartans there.
Spartans, yeah.
Oh, okay. So right now it is 1-1 tie. Abhi, your thoughts?
I'll say it's Hawks, given that they've consistently scored 100 plus,
Okay.
and Spartans they still need to get the momentum back.
2-1 Hawks. Hemant.
I'll go with Hawks as well because they are scoring consistently as in the previous matches. So with the momentum that they have, I think they have a good chance of winning.
Okay, Dinesh, if you win, all these three will give a party to you. Okay.
Absolutely. If I lose, I'm not coming next week.
Yeah, if you lose, we all meet in some restaurant in Canton. Okay, you are going to give
No,
party to us. Okay.
no problem. No problem.
Okay, in the next game,
It's Patriots versus Stars.
Patriot versus Stars. Yes, Imti, we'll start with this. I think I'm excluding Imti here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking Stars is going to win this one. 3-0. Any objections there?
No.
No.
Okay, fantastic. The next game, is it Stingers versus Local Boys?
Not on my list. It says Pokeries versus Safaris.
Okay, Pokeries versus Safaris. Okay. Imti.
Yeah, Pokeries definitely. Again, like there's no question there for me. Pokeries.
Okay, so you guys are not giving any chance to Safaris then. Okay, Safaris is also playing well. Okay. Dinesh.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Pokeries just because Safaris have been inconsistent. Last game was dominant. I agree, but Phantoms. So I'm going with Pokeries. Just a big match experience.
Okay, Abhi.
I'll shock Ravi Narala. I'm going to choose Safaris now. Because both teams are yet to lose the game.
So I guess Abhi has some insider information which I did not. I don't know.
Okay, let's go to Hemanth. Hemanth, what do you say?
I'll go with Pokeries.
Pokeries. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What is the next game on your list, Imti?
Detroit Bulls versus Rising Stars.
Detroit Bulls.
I will go with Detroit Bulls for this one. Again, a clear choice, just owing to the momentum and the form in the season for both the teams.
I,
Detroit Bulls.
I think so too. Bulls are going to win it easily, is what I'm guessing. Dinesh, unless you say
No.
otherwise.
No, I mean, I want to do a little bit of a Rajesh, and I know a few of these rising stars guys is local from Canton, but yeah, it's going to be Detroit Bulls.
Detroit Bulls. So you're not doing Rajesh thing then. Okay.
No.
Okay, Abhi.
Yeah, I'll choose Bulls.
Bulls. Okay. Hemanth.
Yep, I'll go with Detroit Bulls.
Detroit Bulls. Everybody's going with Detroit Bulls there. Okay, the next game, Imti.
Stingers versus local boys.
Stingers versus
Uh,
local boys. Man,
yeah, I
this is
think this
going to
will
be a
be a
very
close.
interesting game. Okay, two brothers fighting
Exactly.
out.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like it will. I hope it will be a close contest. It'll be interesting to talk about this game next week, hopefully. But just giving some edge to Stingers just because of the experience, I think, because they have been playing the league for a while now. So Stingers for me.
Okay, so I hope local boys are listening to Imti. Okay, Dinesh.
Yeah, I'm going with the Stingers as well, but the only issue there seems to be a little bit of reliance on Jagan to help them, right? So you get Jagan. It seems to be that hopefully Stingers can bring it home, but it's going to be a tough fight. Local boys are doing really well. They're coming with a lot of momentum as well, so we'll see. Stingers.
So in my opinion, this game will determine whether like local boys will make it to playoffs or not. That's how I'm thinking. Okay, Abhi, your thoughts?
Exactly my thoughts, Jagan. I would support local boys. They might sting Stingers if they can just win today. But but the reason is, they've played well. I just wish for them to continue to better. Then this is going to be a test for them. But I'm going to support local boys.
Okay, Hemanth.
So
You have seen local
yeah,
boys. So.
yep, exactly. Yep, I'm gonna support local boys. They have a strategy as well. When they come to ground, they were playing as a team. So I will support local boys against Stingers.
Okay, so what is the next game on your list, Imti?
Dark Horses versus MCC Miles.
Dark Horses versus MCC Miles. I think MCC Miles all the way. Any objections there?
No.
No objection, but I really hope Dark Horses can find some support for their captain and win this game. But just based on the form, I think MCC Miles. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll become Rajesh here, and I want to support Dark Horses now. Okay.
Go Pankaj.
Go Pankaj. Yeah. Okay. What is the next game?
The next game is SLCC Legends versus Phantoms.
Oh, Legends versus Phantoms. Okay, Legends versus Phantoms. Oh my God, Rajesh is listening this.
Again, close contest, but again, I think I'll just go with Legends. Just gut feeling for me, Legends. Sorry, Rajesh, but yeah.
Okay, Dinesh.
Yeah, tough one. I'm going. Yeah, it's Legends for me. I think I have a gut feeling again. It's one of those things. It's like Legends have a point to prove. They have to come back, and Phantoms have nothing to lose. Hopefully, it's a closer game than what we think. But Legends is my prediction.
Abhi.
Yeah, I always choose Legends. They're in the game. I like the team a lot.
Okay. Hemanth.
I'll go with Legends because I've played with them. So, yep.
Okay. Okay. I actually wanted to become a Rajesh here, but I can't predict because Rajesh plays for Phantoms. So, okay. Next game, Imti.
Next game is Thunderbolts versus Gladiators.
Thunderbolts versus Gladiators. Gladiators 4-0. Any objections there?
No,
not on current form. No.
Okay. So, what is the next game?
Motorcity versus United Raptors.
Motorcity versus United Raptors. I think United Raptors, another easy win for them. Any objections there?
No. The only suggestion for me is just pace off and see what happens, right? Do a little bit of what Strikers did to Glads, pace off and see what happens.
Okay. So at this time we are giving it to United Raptors. What is the next game, Imti?
SLCC Guardians versus SSK.
It's a Guardians. This is going to be a very key game, and key game for SSK more than Guardians. Imti, your thoughts?
Again, I have not followed the new team Guardians much. Really, lack of knowledge here. I think I'll just go with SSK just based on the last week's game, and they have some good players. SSK, so SSK for me.
Dinesh?
Yeah, I'm going with the SSK. Last week, well played Imti, heartbreak there, we understand. But SSK did win their first game as well, was a close contest, and they seem to have that the so-called knack of winning those close ones. So going with SSK.
Going with SSK. Abhi?
Yeah, Guardians have all these legends players. I mean, I know legends from two teams this season. So this is the second team of legends. They have crucial players, but I think SSK, given the form they're in.
Hemanth?
Even I'll go with SSK.
SSK. Okay. I have the next game, Indus Thunders versus Spartans. I'm thinking Indus Thunders all the way. Any objections there?
No.
No objection, but I would like to hear a comment from Abhi, just based on the team names.
Heart and mind.
Yeah.
It's a heart versus mind. What do you say, Abhi?
I know. I can't say Gopa is going to kill me or Srikanth is going to kill me this time.
Okay. The next game of the night is Knights versus Motorcity. Oh boy, this is the game. Okay. Imti.
Again, I'm really sorry, just lack of knowledge. I haven't followed these two teams much yet, so I'll just go with my gut feeling for Knights.
Knights. Okay. Dinesh.
Yeah, going with Motorcity. Again, Bhargav and company. There are a couple of players I know from there. Just based off of what the table says, they're like 10 versus 12, going with the higher ranked team, Motorcity.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's a nice observation. Abhi.
No, I'll say Motor City because of the Knights batting unit have not fired up so far. Motor City at least had one decent game, so I would say Motor City.
Hemanth.
I'll go with Motorcity.
Motorcity. Everybody is going with Motorcity. Any bets on any bet? Knights are going to win this game.
I predicted for Knights, right? So
okay. Me and Imti, we both are going for Knights. Any bet?
Okay. Already I'm one down anyway. Okay.
Okay. The next game of the night is United Raptors versus FCC. United Raptors all the way. Any objections there?
I'll support FCC.
FCC. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So okay. The next game of the night is KRCC versus Stingers. This is the game for KRCC. If they lose this game, and I think they are in trouble. At least that much I can say. Imti.
Yeah, I think KRCC will win this one. Again, they need to cover up the losses that they had early this season. So KRCC.
Yeah, and then on top, see, only advantage for KRCC. I'm not looking at the teams, but Stingers are playing back to back, right? So that some disadvantage there. At least that's what I feel. Dinesh, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think going with KRCC for this one. Again, that's what I said. There might be just a couple of individuals whose Stingers seem to rely on. That's the big problem. But KRCC, experienced team, anyone can, let's say, the grace for them. So going KRCC.
KRCC. Okay. Abhi.
That's a KRCC, but if they don't come with their full bowling unit, then I'm starting to have my doubts. But KRCC for now.
Hemanth.
I'll go with KRCC.
KRCC. Okay. Okay, the next game of the night is Local Boys versus Detroit Bulls. Wow, what a game it is going to be. Okay, but again, back-to-back games for these guys. So, but young legs, so they should be okay. Imti, your thoughts?
I think a very crucial game for both the teams.
Both
Kind
the
of
teams, yes.
might be the deciding factor eventually who ends up into the playoffs. Because both these teams are contesting well, and might be that team from the pool that still qualifies for playoffs. So going to that and that pressure, I think Detroit Bulls is doing good, but I will challenge Detroit Bulls and go for local boys.
Local Boys. Okay, Dinesh.
I'm going with the Detroit Bulls, the Raging Bulls. We'll see what happens.
Okay, and Abhi.
I think it's going to be a very important weekend for local boys. If they can make 2-on-2, that's going to take them up to the table. They are already in 3, and then they'll probably, guarantee their spot in the top. So I'll support local boys.
Local Boys. Okay, Hemanth.
I'm going to support local boys as well.
Okay, so everybody's saying Local Boys, and there are two more games which are not listed in on our website. One is Legends versus Poker is happening on 20th, and I'll go with Imti. Legends versus Pokeries.
Hopefully, both the teams play with their full strength teams, and if that is going to happen, I'll go with Pokeries.
Go with Pokeries. Okay. Dinesh.
Yeah, Pokeries for me.
Abhi.
Legends. Let's see. It's going to be a big game.
Okay. Hemanth.
I'll go with Pokies.
Pokeries. Okay. Then the next game is Titans versus Safaris. It's happening on 20th.
Oh boy.
Imti.
I think it will be an easy game for Titans. Is what I'm thinking. Just Titans coming off of a big win this week, so confidence levels high, obviously. So Titans for me.
So you're going with Titans. Okay. Dinesh.
They're going with my first team, Safaris.
You're going with Safaris. 1-1 tie. Okay. Abhi.
Sorry,
Abhi.
Safari.
Safaris. Oh, I thought you're not taking any side. So you're silent. So Safaris. So Safaris 2-1. Hemanth.
Titans.
Titans. It's 2-2 tie. Let's see
2-2.
who's going to win. With that, we have concluded our show. Hemanth, congratulations on your batting and bowling too. Okay, so the way you come back was great with the ball, and the way you batted was really that innings is very memorable innings, and congratulations on that one once again, and thanks for joining the show tonight. And
Yep.
I'll conclude tonight's show with the last words from all the analysts, and then I'll go to Hemanth. I'll start with Imti.
Yeah, again, it was a nice weekend to talk about the games. Some regular results, expected results, some upsets. But I think this upcoming week is a very crucial week. We have almost 19 games that are happening, so a big week for DCL. And hopefully we have an extended show next week to cover all the games. So looking forward to this week. All the best to all the players. The temperatures are rising, so just stay hydrated, stay safe, and all the best to all the playing teams. So good luck and good night.
Okay, Dinesh.
Yeah, congrats to Imti and Hemant. Both of them had a wonderful weekend. The results doesn't matter. The performances were great, and I mean, happy to be a part of the performing analysts than me just just predicting and having fun as a fan of DCL. So congrats, you guys, and all the best to DCL. As Imti said, it's going to be hot and humid out there. Just take care of the back-to-back people playing back-to-back games. Just take care of whatever needs to be taken care of.
Yeah, drink plenty of waters. Abhi.
Well, Dinesh put me in pressure right away. He said performing analyst, so I need to perform next week. So.
Oh, Abhi, my bad, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, you better.
Okay.
Yeah, but well, thank you, Jagan, for having me back on the show. It's good to be back alongside Imti and Dinesh. And congratulations to HemanthKumar again, an amazing week with 41 runs and a wicket after coming back after conceding 19 runs in the first over. It's good to be back playing the analyst role. Scorecards do tell a lot of stories, if not all. I try to squeeze every short story from there that might have happened on the field. Another set of games coming this weekend, 19 games, getting a bit humid these days. So take care, stay safe, play well, and do not forget to have fun. Good luck to all the teams out there. See you all next week.
Hemanth.
Thanks for having me in the show, and I would like to say, the credit should also go to Samish and Rana because the way they both bowled, they got 9 wickets combined together. So that shows,
Thank you.
like how they performed and then getting those crucial wickets. So credit should be given there as well. And thank you for having me in the show. And then it was wonderful to talk to you guys. And then have a good weekend.
Thank you. Thank you, Imti. Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you, Abhi. And thank you once again, Hemanth. With that, we will conclude tonight's show. Thank you all. Good night.